up, guys? EJ here, back with another video, and today it's going to be my top 10 films of 2018. So yeah, I hope everybody's doing well on this Monday, June 15th, 2020. A crazy year, that's for sure. So yeah, over the last couple months, I've been catching up on my top 10 lists of the last couple years. I did 2016 and 2017, and my updates have all been buying movies from 2018. So now that I have all my films in my top 10, I can go ahead and do this list. I'll have one more update in a couple weeks, finishing off my wish list from a couple years ago, and then I'll be on to some cool new things planned, including buying films from 2019 from last year. Um, so anyway, let's get into it. My top 10 films of 2018. So counting down at number 10, we have a film that not really many people saw at the time. I don't know if a lot of people have caught up on this film over the last few years. The Wife, starring Glenn Close and Jonathan Pryce. Fantastic performances by the two leads, especially Glenn Close. She was in the running for the Academy Award for Best Actress. She's just fantastic in this movie as this steadfast wife of this famous author, played by Jonathan Pryce. Always great. He's really good in this film as well. He's about to receive the Nobel Prize for literature for his life's work, and the dynamic between them is great. It feels very much like a play. I don't know if it's based on a play, but that's what the dialogue feels like. But the sort of twist towards the end is great. Great little role for Christian Slater, actor I've always liked over the years, as this sort of smarmy journalist who's trying to get the scoop from Glenn Close's character. Really good film, great performances all around, and the surprise. I know it's not really everybody's cup of tea, but I enjoyed it immensely. And these are all fine actors, and this is a really good story, and I really liked it. That is The Wife at number 10. Alright, up next at number 9, a film I only got recently. I talked about in my sci-fi horror update, or maybe not that update. Anyway, it's First Man, starring Ryan Gosling, directed by Damien Chazelle, teaming up again after their success with La La Land. This film not as good, but like I said, I love films about space and space travel and the exploration of the moon and the stars. And of course, this film is about Neil Armstrong and the Apollo 11 mission, and really told from the perspective of Neil Armstrong, a fascinating individual that I talked about when I talked about this movie before. Yeah, a guy, he was not that jazzed to be the first man to walk on the moon. If you seen him in interviews and stuff, footage after this great accomplishment, really interesting individual, Neil Armstrong, and I thought Ryan Gosling was great as usual. Good looking film. Really sort of hard to believe, whether or not you buy conspiracy theories or not, that we sent people to the moon um, 50 years ago now, and we haven't gone back. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. That is First Man at number 9. Alright, guys, moving on. Up next at number 8, we have A Star is Born, directed by Bradley Cooper, who of course stars in the film. It's a movie that's been made a couple times over the years. I really enjoyed this one, of course. Bradley Cooper plays a aging musician who discovers and falls in love with a young, struggling artist, played by Lady Gaga. Yeah, and as she rises to stardom, he sort of descends with his own personal demons. Predictable film, manipulative film, you might say, but I really enjoyed it. I really liked the chemistry between these two and the music. I really enjoyed the standout song, "Shallow," from this film. I think it won Best Song at the Academy Awards. I still haven't bought it yet for my iTunes repertoire, but I've been meaning to for a while. I wouldn't say I'm the biggest Lady Gaga fan. I have a lot of respect for her. When she first came out, I wasn't really a fan of her histrionics and all that kind of stuff, but she's grown into a really great pop icon. She makes great pop songs. I'll give her that. She's done some really interesting stuff with like her duets with Tony Bennett and stuff like that. She's got a great voice, great songwriter. So I really do enjoy Lady Gaga. I have a bunch of her songs in my playlist. Um, so that is A Star Is Born. All right, up next at number 7, we have The Mule, directed by Clint Eastwood, who of course stars in the film. Bradley Cooper also in this movie. Yeah, really good movie. I didn't see it when it first came out, or initially I didn't have it in my Netflix queue either, and I only saw it a few months ago. I really identified with it a lot because Clint Eastwood plays this aging guy who's living alone. He's estranged from his family, and he takes on a job as a driver, and he just sees it as driving. But of course, he's delivering money and drugs for the cartels. Um, yeah, really good character study, good supporting cast. People like Michael Pena, Diane Weiss, Lawrence Fishburne. Um, yeah, like I said, I identify with it a lot because I am also a driver. I drive like over 250 miles a day, 5 days a week, but I transport different types of drugs. And Clint Eastwood's a great filmmaker. I've liked a lot of his stuff over the years, and The Mule was no exception. So that's The Mule at number 7. All right, guys. Up next at number 6, we have Vice, directed by Adam McKay, of course, starring Christian Bale as Don Chaney, George W. Bush's right-hand man during his presidency. Great, fun performance by Sam Rockwell as W. Amy Adams, Steve Carell, fantastic supporting cast as always. Yeah, I really enjoyed this sort of interesting look at Cheney, who didn't want to be in a ceremonial role under George W. Bush, and really sort of pulled the strings during his time in office. Really great, fun, witty script. I liked it a lot. This one I actually did see when it came out. I saw it like on Boxing Day of 2018, right after Christmas, whatever that weekend was. I took my mom and we went to see Vice, and I liked it a lot then. And still a great movie, fantastic cast, and a great performance by Christian Bale. I shouldn't undersell his performance as Cheney. He completely transforms into the role, and he's just fantastic, as is the rest of the cast. So that is Vice at number 6. All right, up next at number 4, another sort of political fueled movie with a great script, and that is The Favorite, directed by Yorgos Lanthimos, who did The Lobster with Colin Farrell, another film I liked a lot from a couple years ago. Well, this one was great too. Olivia Colman, fantastic as Queen Anne, a Oscar-winning performance. She basically stole the Academy Award away from Glenn Close. Rachel Weisz and Emma Stone, who I love both as actresses, are fantastic. Especially Emma Stone, she's just great as this young servant girl who sort of takes over from Rachel Weisz, who is sort of confidant and best friend of Queen Anne. Nicholas Hoult, fantastic performance by him in this film. Just really witty and biting dialogue. A sort of interesting take on sort of your stuffy period drama, if you like. I thought The Favorite, spelled the English way with the U in there, by the way. Just fantastic. I loved it. So that is The Favorite at number 5. Alright guys, moving on to number 4, the runaway Marvel hit of 2018, and that is, of course, Black Panther. Fantastic movie. Of course, we got introduced to Black Panther in Civil War, Captain America Civil War. Chadwick Boseman, fantastic. This film, directed by Ryan Coogler, is just a blast from start to finish. Fantastic supporting cast. Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger, a really good villain. Great story about fathers and sons, and it has ties to Oakland, near where I live. So I really enjoyed that part of it. But like I said, the supporting cast, people like Lupita Nyong'o, Denai Guerrera, Angela Bassett, Forrest Whitaker, Martin Freeman, Andy Serkis, a great role for him. Yeah, just a fun film that has loads of invention, really great looking technology, and great action, great emotion, just great storytelling overall. Um, I rewatched it, um, yeah, last year when I was doing my Marvel rewatch. Just a fantastic film from start to finish, and that is Black Panther at number 4. All right, feel like I'm about to sneeze any second, so that might happen. Up next, we have at number 3, Bohemian Rhapsody, directed by Bryan Singer, sort of, if you hear the stories. Um, anyway, yeah, really fantastic film about Queen, of course, and Freddie Mercury. Rami Malek, a fantastic performance by him as one of the great frontmen in rock and roll history. Like I said when I talked about this film, when I got it, I've never been the hugest Queen fan, but I respect them a lot and I like their music for the most part. And Bohemian Rhapsody is a great song in its own right. Yeah, just a really fun film. I love biopics about music. I really enjoyed Rocket Man with Taron Egerton from last year about Elton John as well. Probably not as good as this film. I like this film a little bit more. Um, Great fun little cameo for Michael Myers in this movie. If you're a Queen fan, this is a must. I really enjoyed it. Bohemian Rhapsody, number 3. Alright guys, moving on to number 2. We have Green Book. Fantastic movie. I absolutely loved it. Directed by the Farrelly brothers, or is it the Farley brothers? I have never been able to tell over the years. Yeah, two guys who've been mostly known for sort of slapstick comedies in the 90s and 2000s. This was really a great surprise, and it won the Academy Award for Best Picture, along with Mahershala Ali, chalking up his second Best Supporting Actor win in a few years. Yeah, he's fantastic as this jazz musician, piano player, who's doing a tour of the South, and he enlists the help of Viggo Mortensen. A great, fun performance from him as his driver and sort of bodyguard and confidant. Yeah, really, just a fantastic duo to watch on screen. Viggo is great. Ali is great as well. Um, I love Linda Cardellini, the actress who plays Vigo's wife, especially the ending scene, the ending part with her inviting him in for Christmas dinner and all that kind of stuff. Completely got to me. I've liked her ever since Freaks and Geeks, and she's an actress I think should be a lot bigger than she is. I always smile when I see her in movies. I just think she should be a bigger star because she's fantastic, and I love seeing her in this. Yeah, Viggo and Mahershala Ali are just fantastic together. Two great performances and a great story about friendship and overcoming odds, that kind of stuff. So that is Green Book at number 2. Alright, last but definitely not least, number 1. Um, no surprise if you've been following me, and that is Avengers Infinity War. Yeah, I mean 10 years in the making. The Marvel Cinematic Universe, starting off with Iron Man in 2008, culminating with this film, and of course Endgame from last year, which is equally as fantastic and will be high on my list for 2019 whenever I get to do that. I still haven't picked up Endgame on Blu-ray yet. But yeah, Infinity War was just fantastic, bringing all these great superheroes together, from Iron Man, Thor, the Hulk, Captain America, the Guardians of the Galaxy, Black Panther, Ant-Man, Spider-Man, you name it, all together to take on the threat of Thanos. Fantastic performance by Josh Brolin, a great villain over these two films. Yeah, I love the Marvel films. This one I have not rewatched since I first saw it, which is definitely a thing I need to do. When I got Endgame, I watched that back to back on the same night. But Infinity War I've only seen once. and it's definitely a film I need to revisit sooner rather than later. So that is Avengers Infinity War at number 1. So that is my top 10 list of 2018. Let me know what you think. What is some of your favorite films from last year, a couple years ago, that maybe weren't on my list? I'm sure I've seen them and I can comment on them. Um, Thank you for watching as always, and until next time, I'll see you.
Bond. James Bond.